Okay, I am like super excited. I just received a new order from Hunter's Lodge. I've received 3 new rifles along with a few other items. I really haven't had a chance to look at them. Let's see what I got. First, I'll show you the box. That's quite heavy. Let's see what the first rifle is. Again, Hunter's Lodge, there's a lot of history. You can Google them and you'll find what a lot of people have to say about them. I did have to wait for quite a few months to get this. Let's see what this is. But let's open this together and you kind of see what I'm looking at. If you're just joining me for the first time, I do World War II French Resistance reenacting, and a lot of what I get, when I do get orders like this, they are for French Resistance and for reenacting. Now, some of these items, some of you may be like, well, this is not French. How did the French have it? There's a lot of story and background to it that is very interesting to learn about. I keep pointing with my scissors. I don't know why. If you want to learn more about why the French Resistance could have had these weapons or used these weapons, make sure to check out my video on the weapons of the French Resistance. I think I actually have a few of those. Anyways, the first item, it's a bayonet. I know, it's not a rifle, it's a bayonet. It has a lot of cosmoline on it. And then I also received this other bayonet. Any idea what this one is? I'll tell you a little bit later in the video. Now to get on to the rest of this package. I can't wait to get this out of the paper and the plastic and the shredded paper packaging. It's interesting, they taped this directly to the rifle. Let's get this off. Now I'm hoping they included a few items from my last order that were missing. I tried to ask for that in the order details, but let's see if they actually did that. They're using old marketing collateral like the ads you get in the mail, the junk mail, to package up this rifle. Little interesting. I'm going to have a mess to clean up after this. Okay, maybe some of you guys, as I'm removing this, can kind of get a hint on what this rifle is. I don't know about you, but I really feel like I can't get this opened fast enough. I feel a little bit like a kid in a candy store. Now I'm assuming this has the bolt in it, but we'll see in a moment. Oh boy. So it's mostly intact, but missing a good chunk of the stock. I need to research what type of wood this used, because I'm going to do a replacement repair right here. Sadly enough, it won't match the rifle perfectly, but it has already been refinished, if you can tell by all the shellac. For those of you who are interested, this is a Mosin-Nagant 9130. Now, let's find out, is the bolt in this package? Hoping that all the parts are there. This is honestly my first time I've handled a 9130, so really kind of a cool moment. Now, what happens if I pull the trigger? Will it fire? Yes, that's a good crisp sound. It seems to operate quite smoothly, and it's dated 1943. So that's kind of cool. The magazine seems to be intact and fully functioning, which is great news. The rifling looks awesome. Very bright, very clean. Based on what I'm seeing though, this should be an awesome rifle once I fix the stock. I think in the future I see a project video fixing the stock on this 9130. Sadly, it is broken. Okay, that is the first rifle. Let's see what the others are. Let's see how this bayonet works. This, I presume, is one of the bolts. And maybe this seems awfully small. I'm a little concerned because it's a small item. And it shouldn't be a small item. I'm hoping something's not majorly broken here. Oh wow, this gun has a sling on it. Let's see which one it is. I am like so excited. I don't know if you guys can tell that. Oh, here's another. So that's probably the bolt. At any point, if you guys have a guess on what this rifle is, before I let you know what it is, throw it in the comments just for fun, just to see if you guys can get the right rifle and know what it is before I fully reveal it. You still have time to tell us what bayonet this is, and what bayonet we have here as well. Again, tons and tons of newspaper. You guys know what this is? I paid hand select for this as well. Let's see, I bet this is another part for this rifle. So this is the bottom portion of the magazine, and it looks like they did not include the screw. It looks like they took it off, but the screw is missing. Oh boy, this one is rusted. Rusted up pretty good. This is the bolt, and I really am hoping there is a firing pin. That's really good. And the extractor is present. Yeah, the screw is really loose, so they have had this apart. Let's slide this in. And now I have reinstalled the bolt. Moment of truth. Yes, that functions. It's very stiff. I do see a project video for this one as well. I'm gonna have to order a few parts for it. Okay, on to the last rifle. What is this last rifle? Any ideas? Can you make a guess? What do we have here? We have a Lee-Enfield No.1 Mk III. So this looks to be a World War I manufacturer, as it is dated 1917, which is really kind of cool. It's a Mark III star, and it's made by BSA. I had asked for any British manufacturer other than BSA, still not complaining to have a BSA. Let's check the board real quick if it's clear. Nope, it's obstructed by, it looks like cosmoline or dirt. The trigger, though, seems to be functioning. Is this all a waste of money? Moment is the bolt. If you have dealt with Enfields at all, bolts are surprisingly expensive and are getting harder to find replacement parts. So we have what looks like to be a fully complete bolt with the extractor. Yeah, there's a decent amount of cosmoline on this, which is not the worst thing to happen, because I'd rather have a lot of cosmoline and have a protected rifle. Okay, before we go any further looking at these rifles, what parts are missing, and all those other details, make sure to check out this video, which is going to be a little tag card that appears at the top that is about what weapons the French Resistance used. Anyways, let's get back into this. The question you guys have been waiting for, what's this bayonet? Here's the CZ24 bayonet. Some dings in the blade, I'm hoping you can kind of see that there. And it's as dull as can be. But it is in decent condition. Got some dings and stuff, but I was happy what I got for the price. Here's the Berthier bayonet. It's still on the cosmoline. I think this grind on the back is very interesting. So those of you who know about knives and bayonets, let me know. What is that called? Another interesting mark is right there as well. I'm going to use this dull bayonet to point out different features on these guns as we go through them. The Mosin is practically complete, and I have a complete bolt with it, which I'm quite happy about. My biggest issue with this is the broken toe that's totally missing, but I didn't pay for hand select on this one, and I am very happy with what I got for the price. Next is the Berthier carbine. It does have the magazine extension, and this is the M16 version, so this is supposed to be a 5-shot version. My biggest complaint with this, besides a few missing screws, is that for some reason the follower appears to be a 3-shot versus a 5-shot. Editor self, I've been in contact with Hunter's Lodge regarding this. He said this part was actually a 5-shot follower, not a 3-shot that I was thinking, but apparently there's a little spring or something that goes right underneath to support that inside of here. He said he'd be sending me the parts that are missing for this rifle, as I did pay for hand select. We'll see. I'm hoping to receive those maybe even before I get around to restoring this rifle. We'll see. But pretty much everything on this is matching serial. And that includes the bolt, which is also a matching serial. One screw's missing from here, and another missing from here, which is not as a big deal to me, but the biggest thing that kind of bothers me with this is that this is stuck in pretty well, so that's going to be a big project to get that out. Again, here's the full Berthier carbine. Oh, and the other thing it's missing is the cap on the end, or the barrel band with the stacking lugs, and also the spring retainer for the rear barrel band. Does anybody know, by the way, those of you who maybe have more experience working on these French rifles, what tool you can use to remove these odd security screws? I have a label that's going to need a lot of work as well, and it's a really large one that would be needed for right here. Doubt I need to remove that one though, in all practicality. And here's the #1 Mark III Enfield I got. It's pretty much all the way here, including the bolt, which has all of its miscellaneous small pieces. But the exceptions, the items that are missing, include the rear handguard, which is the biggest thing that's missing, and then also the screw right here, which I do have another one of those laying around, which is good. But I will have to get the rear handguard. One of the other big issues I am a little concerned about is there's a crack right here, but I won't know how bad that is until I remove it, though I do have an extra stock on hand. All the magazine components are in place, which is also great. It does have its safety, which I have received Enfields before missing those items, so I'm happy to have that. And the bolt works great, which is also a huge win in my book. This is a great early example of a BSA. I don't know if it had been refitted after World War I, but this is dated 1917, which is really cool to have this earlier example, at least the receivers earlier. I can't tell more at this stage without removing all the dirt and the cosmoline. As you can see, there's a lot of cosmoline built up right here. I'm guessing there's more cosmoline hidden underneath the surface, and there's just brown paint that's been added. And it's stuck on pretty well. I may try to strip that off so I can see the markings and stuff underneath it. But overall, very happy with this purchase, as it has all the parts, all the main functioning parts intact, which is great. This won't take too much to get ready for the reenactment battlefield, just some cleaning, and I should be good to go for this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's matching, but again, I am not surprised with this old of a rifle that they're not matching. But anyways, we'll find out more about these rifles as we clean them up, and there will eventually be standalone videos for each of these rifles, hopefully in the future. So stick around, subscribe, like the video, and comment down below if you have any tips or knowledge to add about each of these rifles. We'll be diving into each of these sort of like a detective, trying to learn more of their history in the future, but share your nuggets of wisdom in the comments section down below. And if you're on a mobile device, make sure to hit that hype button. It really does help this channel. This is Brave Builds, where history, kit, and reenacting help us build a better understanding of their bravery, because their stories deserve to be remembered. These guns are so clean. Look how clean my hands are after just handling them. I think they will need a serious deep cleaning for all of these pieces.